always catch me here. Yeah. Greetings, family. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First, Empress Wazira Menin. Yes, family. One perfect balance. Yeah, I was here trying to do a little quick something real quick. I can never be quick. I don't know. Let me still try to put this up. Welcome to Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday. I might have to start calling this Women's Wednesday. I don't know. Maybe do a feature on women. That'd be nice. But tonight we have a special guest. We're going to discuss same train of thought we were going from last week: sovereignty, consciousness, where we are in 2022 as we come closer to close out what they call the year and do a little introspection and a little self-love, self-healing and growth. Where are we and where are we going as a people? So tonight we have a special guest. This is like divine timing. I love it when it comes together like this. You know, there's nothing else you could say when things just fall into place. That's all you can say. Literally falls into place. I just want to adjust the volume here. Give me a mic check real quick if you all are there. Last couple of days has been crazy hectic. Had some sudden last minute change of plans that threw everything for a slight loop. But we hit the ground running all the time. We land on our feet. So thanks to all that you've been doing and being patient with us. And all I can say is, man, it's time to keep moving forward. But in order to move forward, we got to know where we're going. And in order to know where we're going, we got to have an idea of why we're here. So we're going to explore these things tonight for sure. So go tell a friend to tell a friend. We have a special guest. And let me just drop this tune real quick while they go and get my agua frío. Okay, poquito español. See? The agua frío. So let me drop this tune real quick. I was... Yeah. This sister right here is a interesting sister, man. Came across this tune recently. Definitely want to share it with the people. Let me go ahead and just upload this thing right here. Yeah, here we go. Babylon Money. Let me pull this from the top. Hold on, I'm pull this from the top, man. Yeah. Use these times to evolve, man. Grow. Tell a friend, family. Politically incorrect. Up and running. I tally.
We can't take the pressure. We can't take the shame no more.
No more.
We need food, we want shelter.
Enough is enough.
Tired of the pain, we need to find the cure.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
People them a falter along the streets because they feel insecure. You set up a bus like Malta. We them a sacrifice cause we're born poor. This is a message for the youth, them in the ghetto. From Kingston to Soweto, I salute y'all. Don't be afraid of when the gunshot echo. All your meditate and better them want to plead y'all. So don't join their scouts now, and don't you sell your soul. Cause if it's up to me, honey, we don't own all of Babylon money.
Yes.
Money. Cause if it's up to me, we don't own all of Babylon. Them lock your block like padlock, say that it's curfew. If you don't, they must search you. If you move, they hurt you. Like a real threat coming at you. Guns electric shot you. There's no one we moving a crew. We never see them up like this. You must see what Matalana, Mr. Hassan get this. I only feel we skin them walk up with them whip. Right I know we are gonna put a stop to this. Yo, this is a message for the youth, them in the ghetto.
Tell a friend to tell a friend, family.
I salute y'all. Don't be afraid of when the gunshot echo. All your meditate and better them want to plead y'all. So don't join their scouts now, and don't you sell your soul. Cause if it's up to me, honey, we don't own all of Babylon money.
Check your inbox. Check your inbox.
Cause if it's up to me,
Yeah, check your inbox.
we'd have all Babylon. Life goes on and on, even though it's scattering roses. I wonder if 50 more abound, so don't you owe no remorse.
Yes, family.
Don't let them get you, don't let them set you up, don't let them get you.
To all the youths, family, to all the youths.
Just keep your eyes on the prize, it's time to run.
Time to rise, family. Message for the youths in the ghetto, all over the world. I see you, Andrea. I see you, Aaron. Keisha, I see you. Tasha. Give thanks, family. Joyette, welcome, man. My Philippian family. Andre, I see you. Hello, greetings, King. I tell. Enough is enough, family. Enough is enough.
Cause if it's up to me,
tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Monica, I see you. I got your links too, by the way. But them links ain't open, family. I ain't really sure what happened. Them joints ain't open, though. They ain't open. But give thanks for sharing nonetheless. I ain't sure. But yeah, family. Babylon system, man. Got everybody going crazy for the money. You know, what is the profit of man to gain the world and lose his soul? So life is more precious than silver and gold. Yeah. Here. Anyhow, family, welcome again to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. And if we're not correct, then correct us. It's that simple, you know what I mean? Easy, just so. Families, I see you, Maria. Got some great news for you, too. That thing that you was waiting on has arrived. It's that time, family, pushing the clutch. So without even wasting any more time, well, I should say the word waste any more time, but any more further delays, I want to jump right into this sister right here and let her share her truth. Now, this is going to be some other stuff tonight, man. I mean, some of y'all may have heard about it, and some of y'all may not have heard about it. But can anybody tell me right now if they know? If they know, I don't have any gifts tonight. We're going to have to get some gifts. I see that was the thing going on with the ADDI. Got to shout out to the ADDI, by the way. ADDI happening. What is meant by NLP? That's the question right now. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. If you do know, post it in the comments below. What is NLP? So we're going to touch on that tonight. If you've never heard that before, believe you me, tonight you will be transformed for sure. So go tell a friend again to tell a friend. Is that kind of night. Is last night was the full moon. They said it was a red moon. It's supposed to be an eclipse. And I mean, I was out last night having this in-depth, I guess, thorough. I don't even want to say thorough, but I mean, it was a divine meeting, man, and it had to happen. Trying to get some things sorted out, and of course, eventually you got to just stick to it and hammer things out. One of the things that came to mind last night is the fact that the Almighty run things, no matter how it looked, no matter how it appears, no matter how it seemed. When we focus on what's in our consciousness, when we focus on our intentions, there's nothing we can't do. So although we might come into hurdles and obstacles and other people running around not sure what to do and trying to figure out, sometimes you got to go into your upper space, and the Bible talks of the upper chamber, and just be at one, be at peace with yourself. And believe you me, all those things that are hidden become clear. All the things that were kept from you manifest right before your eyes. So you might go in a meeting not knowing what happened and not knowing how to resolve it. You might come out thinking, you know what? Yeah, I see clearly now. The revelation. So NLP, can somebody tell me what that means? Before we go any further, we're going to bring this sister in right in, and we're going to touch it. We're going to touch it. We're going to touch it. The question is asked, can you create heaven on earth? The Bible talks about seek ye first the kingdom and all shall be added. But wait a minute. If you are on earth and you're seeking the kingdom first, then the kingdom is within you and it's heaven is the kingdom, then yes, you can create heaven on earth. So we're going to discuss how we're going to do that in a minute, family. So go tell a friend, tell a friend. Be back in a second. Yes, greetings and welcome, welcome, welcome to Politically Incorrect. Welcome, family.
Peace. Thank you.
Well, this is your first time here, and this is the kind of platform that people talk about, sometimes good and sometimes not so good. But tell us who you are and give us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Siana. My name, not that I said my name. And I am a spiritual life coach. I'm certified in NLP, so we are waiting for others to give us the answer or the full abbreviation of that.
Yes, I
Um,
see somebody made an attempt there, but
what
go
I
ahead.
do, yes, what I do is help others, help anyone, any person, any child, if even if you think that you cannot, I help you get over that hurdle, right? I help you to reconnect to your divine source because we have always been connected to source. Always. We've never been disconnected from source. We've always been connected to source. Whether you choose to call source God, whether you choose to call source the universe, it don't matter. We've always been connected. Okay. And what I do, I help and guide is about guiding. I guide you to understand your inner truth, your inner being, that person you are, that person that is screaming out, for freedom to be their authentic, divine, masculine self. Okay, because again, we are all one.
Wow, that's a mouthful, and it's good to hear you speak of that because I know you said masculine self, but I also got to throw the feminine in there as well because right now, we're living under that
Exactly,
kind of
both.
yes, we're living under that kind of sign. And what I like about it also when you said that you help people arrive at that point, and you would never think that you would need that, but if you think about it, we are born here on this earth. We grow up and everything around with us becomes an influence. The television, yeah, if your parents are religious, depending on which religion they subscribe to, that influences you. The way your parents speak to you, that influences you. The school you go to, the community, the environment you raised in, all these external forces are constantly influencing you and molding you into being a product of your society. And let's just say you grew up in an environment that may not have or may not be as conducive towards your spiritual balance, then that creates a different kind of individual. So then how does one approach an individual who perhaps grew up in an environment that is not so balanced? Let's take a housing project, for example, housing area where
Mhm.
sometimes you have a house that was designed to hold two people occupying now occupying 12 and that kind of stuff, and everybody's fighting for space and there's always this constant chaos, always constant conflict. Or even in the suburbs where you have a big mansion with 12 rooms and only two people live in it, despite you think that you have room, people are isolated and dealing with withdrawal and neglect and stuff. So despite one is crowded and one is empty, you find that individuals still have these psychological challenges. How do you, as a spiritual life coach, approach individuals like that from both different perspectives?
Okay, so again, I've integrated the NLP, which, and again, we're waiting for the answer for that. I've integrated that with spirituality. And I know some things when persons think of spirituality, they think of it as this far off, you know, I don't know, hoodoo voodoo type of thing. And all of that is incorporated into spirituality, but divine connection is what you're looking for. And,
Mm.
again, we've been brought up with so much different perceptions of what spiritual, being spiritual is. And persons who've been brought up in those type of environments still hold on to that belief that, because again, from the altar, what they're hearing from the altar is, you're in a good, you can't make it, you're just suffering, or it's just sufferation, and we're just going on with that pattern. Understand? So the first thing is to realize, okay, yes, this is the environment, but who is in control? Is the environment, which is the effect, in control, or is the cause, which is your inner divine self, in control? And if I do, or when I do come across anyone, I don't push my belief, because my beliefs are my beliefs, your beliefs are your beliefs. I'm not here to force anything onto you. I'm just here to guide you and show you that there's a different way. You can choose. You can actually choose what you would like to become, what you would like to perceive, what you would like to see, what you would like to receive, because you are a divine being. You are an infinite being. You are a king. You are a god, a goddess, an emperor, an empress, but it is what you are thinking, what you're thinking of yourself. So if I see someone, and I feel drawn to them, and I feel connected to them, and I need to say something to them, I look at them and I say, you know what? If we are all one, then my words to this person should be, if I was that person giving me the advice. So if I see a guy, sometimes they have the guys in town selling the colognes on the side. I would ask the guy, because I met one, like probably last week, and I asked him, I said, what is your name? That's the first thing I asked. He was going to give me, the nickname, like the street name, or what everybody calls him. And I said, no, I want you to tell me your name. So he told me his name. And I said to him, I said, you are a king. I told him, this is what I want you to do from today. From today, I'm not going to call the name. You are a king, and you are having excellent sales today. Excellent sales today. You're making all the money you need to make today. You understand? And sometimes, me saying this and somebody listening might be like, that's what you tell the guy. How that gonna help? You'll be surprised, because now, instead of thinking that he isn't worth it, he can't make it, he barely here just hustling, or whatever the case may be, he will start to think greater of himself. You understand? So sometimes it's just about planting a seed. It's just about planting a seed, because all of us are on different conscious levels. You understand? And it's not about me saying, well, oh, I'm better, or I'm greater, or anything like that. It's about saying that I am one, and I see you where you are, and I can assist you. I can guide you to reach your truest potential. I can help you, but you have to be open to receive. And that is, sometimes a block for some persons, because they are not open to receive, because it's like the drumming from the outside is that you can't do it, you can't make it, you can't get it done. And everybody else that you knew, or that you know, or that knows you, has a certain perspective of you, but you have to know who you are, because anyone can have any perspective about me, but as if I know who I am, because again, I asked him his name, his nature. That name is nature. You understand? So now, who am I besides my name? Now we can ask 10 people that. They're gonna tell us their age. They're gonna tell us, where they're working. They're gonna tell us maybe how much money they make, how tall they are, what color skin they are, whatever the case may be. That's not who you are. That is your character. That's the part you are playing. So if you want to play this play, it's best to play it consciously, and knowing that you are a divine being, and it doesn't matter the color. But again, this is the color here right now. So this is what we gotta deal with. And we gotta remember and keep enforcing also in our children, also in the youth. You know, they talk about the youth. I hear, because really and truly I don't listen to the news that much. It's distracting. And if you are taking full control of yourself, if you want to take full control of your life, there are things you need to purge. You know, we talk about purging. Purging is
Right.
not just what we don't eat, it's what
Mm.
we listen to, what we entertain, and
I
what,
agree.
because again, you're feeding up here. And if
I
this
agree.
is my crown, this is my crown, this, I am receiving messages from the divine into my being. But if I am not in the receptive mode because I'm so distracted by everything that is going on, I will miss the messages. All of us get messages every single day. We are
True.
always spoken to every
True.
single day. The
True.
divine always speaks to us every single day, but
True.
it is if we are listening. So we need to now use even these platforms, like your platform, you need to use even radio stations to push a different frequency. Because again, you hear what I said, a frequency. Because if we are electromagnetic beings, it means we need to tune in to the right frequency, which is our Christ conscious frequency, which is our higher level frequency, because we are not the body, we are the spirit, divine,
Wow.
being,
Wow. Wow.
electromagnetic, breath, air, whatever you
Mm.
choose to call spirit, because without, what's gonna
The ah,
happen?
the ah, the ah, the amen.
Exactly.
You know, the ah.
Exactly. You understand? So we need to really reconnect with source, reconnect. And when I say source, I mean you. I mean your divine internal self, your divine circuit, those lovely, you know, blessings that are stored within you. Because what the Bible, even in Kemetic text, the kingdom of heaven is within. We keep looking on the outside. We need to look within ourselves. We need to look within ourselves.
Mm.
Okay, even if you want to say Jesus, you need to look within yourself. I don't want to, blow, get the, but I gotta get the juices circulating up there.
That's
You
right.
are the one. You are the one in control. So yes, I understand. A lot of us come from backgrounds that are not so pleasant. A lot of us experience different traumas that were not so pleasant. But
Mm.
hey, you can look back at it, you can
Mm.
see the infinite possibilities of where you could be if you choose different routes, but you're here, which means you did not succumb to what was. But you need to know now, you need to sit down and really ask yourself the question, do I still want to continue this cycle? Or do I
Mm.
want to move forward, be present, because that's what we need to do. We need to be present. Sometimes, looking back is okay if you're looking back at something to remember to not do something,
Mm.
but looking back to keep forward, and not forward as in you're thinking about the future, because now you're stressed out because you're thinking about things that, ain't happening. You need to be present, present,
Mm.
present, omnipresent. We talk about this, all these things. A
Yes.
lot of us,
The
grow up
gift
in
the gift
different
of life.
backgrounds, as you just stated. You understand? So we need to really reconnect with ourselves. And this is what I do. This is what I, give. This is my gift to give. You understand? This is my journey to help, because if I know, you gotta know, and if you don't know, I can help you know, but you
Mm.
have to make that choice, because it's
Mm.
okay to talk it, it's okay to say it, But when you're going through it, you need to be firm. You need to be rooted. You need to be grounded in what you want to believe now, because the outside gets loud, really, really loud. And if, as I said, if you don't know who you are within yourself, then the outside will tell you who you are. So if you don't go within, you will continue to go without.
So, indeed. Wow. Wow. I like how you put that. Um, that's a whole lot right there to swallow. I actually have two questions. Well, somebody asked a question. NLP stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming. And that's Wayne and the sister and Andrea as well. And you could go ahead and answer that if you want to.
Sorry, repeat again.
No, I said two individuals, Wayne and Andrea, answer the question. Is NLP stands for Neuro Linguistic
Yes,
Programming.
neuro linguistic programming. So again, as I
Okay.
said, that is
Tell
where,
us what that is. Tell us
if
what that
you're
is.
interested.
Tell us what that is first. Break down what neuro linguistic programming is.
Okay, so neuro linguistic programming. This is where you would learn you would seek out the patterns, the mental patterns that someone or even yourself is thinking, right? And then you would reprogram those thoughts into what you would like to think. So maybe you might be thinking that you are not worthy. Maybe you were told you are not worthy, but because of the program, so I did the program obviously. So because of what I know, I will know then to reprogram you with something that will bring you the outcome that you want. So if you're saying I'm no good, I'm not worthy, I don't have no money, all those are programs. Those are programs. And sometimes we don't even realize that that those programs are running. So it is about bringing awareness to you. It's about letting you be aware of what is going on within your mind, within your powerful mind, in this brain, because it is so powerful. But again, we weren't taught, how to use it. We were taught how to, use it for school, but we weren't
Right.
taught how to program ourselves. So again, as I said, if you don't program you, you will be programmed. So basically, that's what NLP, neuro linguistic programming is. Again, as I said, is about helping the client identify the repetitive thought pattern that they're having and allowing them to bring awareness to what they're thinking about. As I said, you may be a person with uh, low self-esteem. Where did
Yeah.
you get the low self-esteem? Who told you you were, again, I like to use that word worthy, because a lot of us feel that we need to be worthy to prove something, but you're not here to prove anything. You're here to experience life at the highest level. You understand? And to really be your true self, be your true authentic divine self. Yes,
Well,
take
I
charge
like
of yourself. Yeah.
I like how you said you use self-esteem and you mentioned children earlier, and I was thinking these are some of the things that we should have in our schools to build our children, encourage our children to get to know themselves in order to be able to cope with a lot of the changes that go on again outside of your space. Because although we in Barbados and we are influenced by the things around us, then there's the regional influence, then there's the international influence, and those influence could come in the form of media, whether it's the music on the radio, whether it's on the videos or the TikTok. Well, now it's the social media. It's all kind of additional influences, and our children are exposed to information and energies that, for the most part, they don't understand, don't know how to balance it, and don't have a clue how to channel their energy in a more positive direction. You have a website and you have a program. I'm going to put it back up. Tell us a bit about your program, what you offer as a life coach, and how can parents, even for their children, if they want to get their children involved, or even themselves, or even a
Okay.
business, tell us how they can go about doing so.
Okay, so you can visit the website I am, which is I am Nubia coach. You can visit the website and you can, peruse it. And if it's fitting to you, if you are drawn to it, because and I'm not saying it because it's like you want people to come. No, it's about you. It's about knowing if you want the change in your life. Because as I said, it's okay to say, yeah, 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 sound good. But do you want that change? Do you want to invest in you? Because this is the time to invest in ourselves. So you can go to the website, you can check it out, you can schedule a session with me. I give a free session for the first where we can communicate with each other, where I can, assist, and we can really build up our rapport to get to know each other, to know if it's something you would like to continue to do. And if it is the children, even if it's your whole family, we can do that. I can do it for you. And I also like to do it in the open, in nature, where it's more freeing, where you could really connect and feel feel it. Because if it's the only yourself, that is fine, because really and truly it is only you are the only one. And if it's our children, again, you still have to deal with you, because being a parent, I am a parent, okay? And you know if we are not to the level of loving ourselves, we cannot truly and genuinely, I'm not saying we don't love our children, but we cannot truly and genuinely love our children the way we're supposed to be, because we always on the go. We're going to work, you're going to do this, then you come, you watch TV, you do this, you do that, you do that. But instead of you, being that light, being that change, so then even if your child comes in a upsetting way, you can be able to say,
Mhm.
okay, feel what you're feeling, but you can choose now how you want the rest of your feeling to be your emotion, which emotion is energy in motion. So, yes,
That's right.
feel the feelings, feel what you're feeling, because you need to know why you are feeling this way. So, really and truly, you're just observing why you are feeling this feeling. And then we work on that. We work and see, okay, why am I still holding on to this feeling? Why am I still thinking about John from last year that do me this wrong thing? You understand? So it's about identifying those things and moving away from them now, forgiving it. And a lot of people might not want to hear that, but you have to heal. You have to heal the things and, forgive the persons. I'm not saying forgive the acts if it was something very traumatic, but forgive them for yourself, so that you
Right.
can move forward, so that you can break that energy, connection from that person, and that you
Mhm.
can move forward in love, because that is what we need to now. We need to start. I know
Mhm.
a lot of people may have heard about 5D, and the earth moving different frequencies. So if that's the case, if we are changing frequencies, if the earth is changing its frequency and going to a higher frequency, it means then we have to change our frequency as well, or
That's right.
not we will
That's
be
right.
left behind.
That's
You
right.
understand?
That's right.
So yes, I believe this should also be taught in the schools, because if we are talking about our generation and the children of our generation, then we need to start showing them the love. We need to start being the love. We need to listen more to what our children are saying to us. Then we need to be more loving. But in order to do that, we need to love ourselves. Because if your cup is empty, really and truly, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Serious.
You understand? You can't pour from an empty cup. So you need to heal yourself, reconnect to divine source, know that you are one with source, know that you are loved, know that I love you. You understand? Because you're just my reflection.
Mhm.
And that might go over some people's heads, but that's what it is. If we are
I
all
always
one.
tell I always tell people, when you look in someone's eyes, when you look into a person's eye, an individual is in front of you, look into their eyes, you never see them. What you see is a small mirror reflection of yourself. And in so thinking and in so
Exactly.
recognizing, then it's okay then to recognize how it's better to, you want people to treat you how you want to be treated. And again, these are things that we learn as we grow. That's why when I talk about sovereignty and I speak on it, and I always tell people, yes, you have all these documents, status, all this other stuff that people say is possible, and people do explore that. And there is a way to do stuff. And I recently found out some stuff myself right here in Barbados that completely, I mean, I knew you could do it. I didn't know how to do it. I mean, the brother in the office explained to me exactly how it is done. I was like, yo, there are people that actually know this thing. Of course, they don't want to tell anybody because, meat and milk is for different stages of your spiritual growth. So and I understand, I overstand that completely. My thing at this point is that let's start to deal with our minds, our divine connection, our divine sovereignty, meaning that when the universe gave you the gift, what we call life, or that breath, that life force, that prana, and calls you to be and dwell in this experience, you're having the experience of life in itself, out of itself, by itself. So life is that experience that we're having. So it's like, okay, so I'm here. Okay, why am I here? Purpose. Find your purpose. Why are you here? And of course, like you said, from the time you're small, you got bombarded, these outside forces, these influences, and they take you and pull you in all kinds of directions. Esteem, anger management issues, no conflict resolution skills, and neglect, which is a big issue for a lot of children, despite them having what they think is everything. They still don't get that love from the mother, the father. Why? Because like you said, they're busy from the time they wake up, they're going with the job, they're here, they're everywhere. And now we find ourselves in 2022. We got the job going on, we got these IDs going on, we got all kind of word talk going on, climate control, all kind of different disasters, nuclear issues in the north, in China. But and all
Introduction.
the chaos is going on around you, like you said, it's time to take time to go within self, go and identify self. Neurolinguistic programming, it is all programming. So if it is all programming, it means that you can rewrite the program that you've been functioning under that hasn't been working for you, which is us as a people. And this is our time now to rewrite that program. What are some of the
Yes.
techniques people can use in their everyday life to help them or bring them to a place where they could start to rewrite this program consciously?
Okay, so for example, let's say you work in what they call a stressful environment. First
Mhm.
of all, dismiss that. Get that out your head.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm not saying the environment may not be stressful, but in thinking it is stressful, think of being peace. Think of being the peace in your environment. Think of
Mhm.
being the love in your environment. So let's say someone comes to you with some kind of, you know, nonsense. Stop for a moment before you react and ask yourself, who am I? Am I peace or am I anger? Both can occupy the same space.
Mm.
Only one thing can occupy the space. So
I
what
like that.
do you choose to be? This is your choice. This is where now you can choose to
Mhm.
be a higher version, a different version of yourself. So now
Mhm.
instead of reacting the same way you've reacted for the last 10 months, react different.
Mm. Mm.
Sometimes
I like
not
it.
even saying something is power. So claim
Wow.
your power back.
Mm.
So that's something you could do. And also breathe. We don't breathe. We breathe in, but we're conscious that we breathe in.
I like
So
that.
breathe
It's
it
true.
through.
It's
Take some
true.
deep breath. Breathe in the life. Remember, I am life. Breathe in the life. Who am I? And those are the questions you need to be asking yourself. As you said, why am I here? Ask yourself those questions. You're not just the body. You
Mm-hmm.
are the operant power. You are the being in the body. And it's
That's so
time,
true.
we start saying these things. It's time we start listening to these things because it is not a joke. It's serious.
Mm.
Okay, so it's time we connect and remember who we are. So if you want to be whatever, there's no judgment to that. Just know whatever you choose, that is what you will draw to you. You're an electromagnetic being. So that's
That's
what you
right.
will draw to yourself. So who do you want to be? I mean, you can work in an environment and you can be the best employee if that's what you want to do. You could be the best whatever it may be, but you have to now think in that state. So you can't be thinking, oh, what is me, but want to be whatever you want to be. You got to pick one, which side you want to be on, which state you want to be in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say. If things come up in your life, the bill, okay, Sienna. So if I got all these bills, what to do? Okay, yes, I understand. The bills are there. Everything might be coming up, but then pause. If you are an infinite being and you are connected to source and you are one with source, the first thought that should be coming into your head is abundance is mine. I am able to pay all my bills. Don't
Yes,
worry about how it's gonna come.
I like that. I
You
like that.
understand?
That's a
Don't worry about
strategy.
how it's gonna come. The
I got
how
one more
is
for you.
not for you to worry about. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay. I got one for you then. Your children, okay, you're dealing with the work issue, no problem. I like that. You breathe, ask yourself, am I peace? Am I anger? I like that. I like that. And then the bills manifest your prosperity by speaking things into being. Realize you have the power to speak things into being. Okay, well, let's take it to the children. A lot of
Exactly.
parents right now say how frustrated they are. I can't deal with this child. This child got me going crazy, and the children is be the issue. The parents got the biggest challenge with children right now. How do parents who have children who may be going through their adolescent stage, which children at adolescence do start to pull away a bit and push a bit because they're discovering themselves and now realizing that, hey, I got to make decisions here. And so there's this tug of war phase that they go through, with the parents. How do parents then cope with children in that capacity?
Okay, so first of all, again, as I said, you need to become the embodiment of what
Mm,
you would like to receive. Again, as I said, we're receiving and we're reflecting. So we're seeing these little people and we call them children. But again, if I am one with everything and I am one and I am source and I am whatever you choose to call it, then this little person in front of me or this teenager in front of me is myself. So if I am him, let me see what I would really like to tell this person. I'm not saying just let them be wild, but
mm,
remember that they are their own individual person. So if they're enraged, maybe sit down, say, um, Richard, tell me what's really going, but be sincere.
mm,
Don't just listen to what he's saying, and then tomorrow then you throw back the same thing in the child's face. Be sincere with it. Find out exactly what's going on. What's bothering them, and then hit them with some key and powerful words. Because if it was you, I'm sure you would have wanted or you would want your parents to tell you these things. So let them know they are loved, they are divinely loved, that you love them, they're amazing, they're intelligent. Because okay, your child might get 60 on a report card. That does not mean your child is not intelligent. So instead of being like, oh my gosh, why you only get 60? La 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 la, say no, this report card cannot tell me how to perceive my child. My child is intelligent. My child is intelligent. My child is talented in his or her own way. and just keep saying that to yourself. And as much, again, as I said, the outside has a lot of noise. Sometimes you
Mhm.
might be hearing, it could be from your husband, it could be from your wife, your aunt, your uncle, your boyfriend, your whomever. The closest person sometimes to you is the person sometimes you have to put a pause on to
Mhm.
stay rooted and grounded in your own beliefs for your family. And I know a lot of us would like to have an amazing, beautiful, abundant family. These are the things that we need to keep saying. These are the things that we need to keep instilling and reminding ourselves that we are one, that we are love, that, and again, I say we, but is I am love, I am peace, I am joy, I am everything, I am source, and just feel into it, grasp into it, really just love you, touch up yourself, touch yourself, give yourself a hug, crack a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
joke. We get so adult. We as adults now, so we just like, I got bills to
cold,
pay, I got this to do. You understand? We forget to be
get cold,
children
man,
too,
get
because
cold,
why?
get cold.
Society told us that we can't be childlike because now we got bills to pay, we got work to do, so we forget about being childlike. No, bring back in your creativity, bring back in your talents. I'm sure there's so many talented people, and because again of what we were taught, we believe, some of us believe that we can't do it, or you might be looking at how much money you have, so you're telling yourself, oh gosh, this thing costs this amount of money, and you keep putting limits on yourself. But I want everyone to remember, you are limitless, you are one, you are source.
Mhm.
Remember, this is about remembering or remembering who you are. Remember, this is about waking up, awake to your true divine power, awake to your true divine self. Know that you are the children. Know that you are the one, and you are here to glow. You are here to grow, and you are here to experience heaven and create heaven on earth. That's what we're here to do, because you know what? We never really left. We just dropped our frequency. We just
That's
dropped
right.
it
That's
and
right. That's
dropped
right.
it,
That's
and
right. Teach,
and the
teach,
outside
teach,
just
teach.
was like, okay, well, since the man waking up, let me just push this over here. Let me just put this out here, and everybody gravitate and grab onto it and create that. Do you want that? No, you don't. Stop. Think about it. Think about what you want. You want love in your life. You want peace in your life. You want abundance in your life. You want your children to be the most spectacular, awesome children in the world. You want them to know that there are kings and queens and gods and goddesses and princes and princesses, because we are royalty. We are royal. And it doesn't
That's
matter
true.
what you do. I don't care if you're sweeping. I don't care if you're taking up garbage. You are worthy of everything that your
Indeed.
heart
Indeed.
needs to progress through this life, or what we call life. And that's it. So just speak kind. Remember, speak kind. Just be kind. Ask yourself, okay, if it was me, and I know sometimes we forget to be kind, we forget to be love, because it's all about just, okay, no, be love. Ask yourself, if I am this person to this person, am I feeling good after telling this person to, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you gotta
Mm.
put some person in their place, you can do it with love still. You understand? So it's just about being love. The highest frequency, since we're talking again about being electromagnetic beings, being frequency, being on different frequencies, love is one of the highest frequencies. And if we
That's
want
right.
to continue to have our freedom, if we want to continue to see peace. Yes, I know we always seeing right now is chaos. Stop looking at it. Change your thought of it. Be like, you know what? Okay, well, if all of this going on, better God come. More money gonna come out. So they say they just take something different. Just force yourself. We just force ourselves to do things that we don't want. Cause some of us is get to go to a job, something that we don't want to go to. So it's
Serious.
about knowing what you want. And that's be my question. When anyone comes to me, I ask them, what do you want? And until you know what you want, you can't really, I mean, you could create, but you'll be creating things that you don't want.
Well, one of the things I have to admit is listening to you is refreshing on many levels, knowing that is a consciousness, and as a man thinks, so is he. As a woman think, so is she. So we can literally change our environments just as simple as changing our thoughts. And that might sound a little airy fairy to
Exactly.
some, but believe you me, there's power in manifesting thoughts into reality just by thinking. The Bible talks about um, um, you think those speak those things that aren't as though they are. And I'm not using the Bible as a reference to be religious. I'm saying that these writings are writings that I've always been teaching. So it matter again. You're going to get out of it what you're looking for. If you're looking for religion, you open the Bible, you're going to find religion. If you're looking for the keys to heaven, you're going to find the keys to heaven. And seeking ye first within self with the kingdom and your consciousness, and then manifesting that in life. And right now, the way the world is going with all kind of stuff going on, I think people need to definitely take stock of self. Like I said, in order to change what's going on outside in the world, we got to first start what's going on inside our world. So, having said that, how does one go ahead and schedule an appointment? How does this work? Let's say somebody want to get in contact with you and have a session scheduled for their child themselves. How does one go about doing so?
Okay, so you will just go to the section where you are at, now displaying on the channel. You just fill in your name. You could just fill in your name, fill in your email address,
But
and
this is
you'll
on the
get a
same web. This is on the
response.
same website. This is just letting people know. This is actually the website
Yes, you could.
I'm on.
Yes, so you can fill in your information there, and you will get a response. Um, As I said, I give one free session, and that's is to get to know each other, to get to really, connect and see if this is something that you truly want. Because remember, this is you investing in yourself. This is
Mhm.
you investing in you, in becoming a greater you, in becoming a better person, in becoming, the greatest highest version of you, because we're moving away from that old paradigm. We're moving away from all of that
Mhm.
lack and limitation and not being
Mhm.
worthy and thinking that we are less than who we supposed to be. And we're moving into an era of divine greatness, reconnecting, and
Wow.
that's where all the distractions come from. So as I said, you just go on, put your information in, send it through, you'll get a response, um, and we move from there. I will discuss the rate in the email, and we would move from there. As I said, it's an investment for you. And if you don't think you're good enough, then that's your thought, not anyone else's. That's you.
Interesting.
So we need to change that. We need to connect, and we need to start creating heaven on earth, because ain't
Indeed.
everybody about to die right now. So if we're not about to die right now, then we need to start creating and preparing the future we want for ourselves and for our children. Because even
Agree.
something like, if you think about it, like, my grandmother had me in her womb when my mother was in her womb. And what is that? That's generational. And if it's energy, you understand? So if from that far back, I say far back, but from that distance of thinking of generations, and you come through the line, you
Mhm.
know, like if your parents or your grandparents were in that state of thinking as well, it
Mhm. Mhm.
passes down to us, and then sometimes we might be feeling down, or in a state of depression, or dis-ease and all these different things, not knowing why. But the why is because those are programs in our DNA that are still there
You're you're
in
right. You're
our
right.
system, in our being,
You said just now
because
that
our
D word, and I don't mean
our
it.
DNA, or our
I didn't mean it. Well, yeah, definitely DNA, but add into it you that other D word, which is one of the words that don't nobody want to really talk about, depression. And I like to think that if you could
yeah.
speak on that briefly right now, only because, and the other been saying this for a while, I've been noticing it myself. We spoke on it on the platform more than once. Right now, mental health is a major issue, probably across the world. But I'm gonna isolate it to Barbados because we live here, and maybe you can look in your own geographical space wherever you live, where you're watching from. But right here in Barbados, you see that mental illness is a serious thing. Depression is a major thing that almost goes right now. Nobody wants to talk about it. Um, how does a person going through or feeling depressed or having experiencing this D word depression, how can this spiritual slash neurolinguistic programming help them? How do you approach a person who is depressed?
Okay, again, as I said, what do you want? Do you do you want to continue to harbor those thoughts that are
Mhm,
causing you to feel the way you are feeling?
mhm,
You want to hold on to those? If you want to hold on to that, that's fine. But you have to work through it. You have to figure out, why am I still replaying these thoughts that are causing me to feel the way I am feeling? And as you said, I growing up, I've seen, like, especially with men, or boys, or our male children, or males in general, like
mhm,
they were told, or they've been taught not to cry, not to show any emotion, not to,
mhm,
say, because then again we then, as maybe even, mother, father, whatever, because again of our conditioning, we said, well,
mhm,
don't cry, you're the little girl, whatever the case may be. But no, you need to release. Crying is not just it's releasing that stored up energy within yourself that is causing that pain and this ease in your system. And I'm saying this ease because that is what it is. It is this ease. You're stopping the flow, the natural divine flow from
mhm,
happening within your being. And a lot of men especially,
mhm,
don't have anyone to really talk to, because if they do open to someone, because again, if they're not on that level, they might hear
mhm,
their business outside, and it causes them to hold it in. And then when they react in a manner which we might judge as right or wrong, then we want to know, well, how he could do this, or even her, why this person does this. But if they don't have an outlet, if they don't
mhm,
have anywhere to feel safe to speak their minds and to really move through what they're feeling. Because as I said, a lot of us are adults, but we are broken little children within. We're still holding on to things that happened to us in our childhood and coming up.
mhm,
And there's a quote where they say, give me a child basically from the time they come out to 7 years old. Why you think they said that? Because in that state, the child is in a theta frequency, and that is
mhm.
where you're able to program the child. So yes, we can okay, for the mummies that coming up. Now you know what to do. Now you know what
Speak
to
on it.
say to your
Speak on it.
child,
Speak
even
on it.
from being in your womb. You understand? Because you will now nurture the child with love. Because you becoming love yourself is only love you can give to this child. And even if the parents who might not be together anymore, these split parenting, or whatever the case may be, you need to
Mhm.
now start loving you so that you can love the person, because you love the person at some point in time. You had some sort of feeling for the person, hence why
That's
the
true.
child is there.
That's
So now
that's true.
move over that forgive what happened and know that the person could have only been that version that you were. And that is accountability. And a lot of us don't want to be accountable for our
Mm,
parts that we play
mm,
sometimes in the lives of other people, so it's both being together and it's about coming back together as one, as a unit, as a family. Is okay even if you don't want that image. It's fine, but you still continue to be loved. You can have a pet, love that pet the best you will love yourself. You can love
mm.
somebody else if you don't love yourself, because now you become attached and obsessed. That is not love. That is trying to control something.
Wow, wow, wow.
So
That's deep. That's deep. You said though about the men not being allowed to express themselves. You know, you grew up hearing that, men don't cry. And I like the fact that you say it's okay to cry because it's a way of expressing and letting out that suppressed energy rather than keeping it and just let it flow. And one more thing you said to which I thought was even more profound that and I mentioned this to a sister before, and she didn't take two lights to it. But I said that women have a serious role to play in the healing of men. And her thing was, man, why we gotta be healing the men? We always gotta do something for men, like we need help to whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I agree, totally agree. But and I'm not saying but to undermine what she said. I'm saying that to say that women are the nurturers. Full stop. Like, women are the nurturers, the ones who
exactly,
nurture
exactly.
Madu
And
nurture. That's your role. So I'm not saying that men don't have a role to play in the lives of women.
exactly,
Women got to nurture the men, and I think a lot of men are not or have not been nurtured well enough in order to reciprocate because we have something to give as well, and we have something to offer as well. And I think it's important we reach a stage where we recognize that okay, we all been hurt. Let's find a way to help heal each other. I know my role, but I also need you to help me with mine, and I'm here to help you with yours as well. And like you said, although we have our little issues, and at some point we might have loved each other, but right now we at some point we pulled apart and it was all war. I'm saying let us reconcile self. I ain't saying we got to get back together.
exactly.
I ain't
So
saying we got to go renew the vows or
no,
whatsoever. I'm saying forgiveness allow me to be honest with myself about how I feel and then therefore determine the direction of healing that we should be moving towards, and vice versa. Women nurture the men, men strengthen and uplift the women. And that's how it works. But if the man is broken and he's depressed and he feels he can't express himself and no one is listening, no one cares, and he feels emasculated and whatnot, then we have this perpetual thing in society where it's just anger and aggression, and the children are watching. That's the worst part. Because then when they see you behave like that towards the woman, when they see the woman behave like that towards the man, then when you got the children at school with the fights and stuff, and the guys all excited because the girls fighting, or the girls excited because the guys, but that's the same thing. Rather than recognizing, like I heard it was yesterday, a parent had approached a child at the bus stop, I guess, and they were kind of not too happy with some behavior he was doing, and the mother started to really go in on him. And there were some other kids, some children there, I should say, some laughing. And one young lady said, "Wait a minute, why y'all laughing? That's not funny. Like that's not something you should be laughing at. I mean, understand and empathize with what he's going through, what the mother's going through." And I thought it was very noble of a young child in that situation to correct her peers for laughing at a child who was being corrected, perhaps not in the best place or the best manner by a parent, but rather than looking at it as something that's cynical and to be laughed at and mocked, thus causing more insult to the injury, one child stood up and was like, nah. And again, this is what we're talking about, healing the nation, one individual at a time, through using neurolinguistic programming to reprogram and deprogram the colonial mindset, which is self-destruction, and put positive manifestation to determine where we're going in the future. Will you give me some parting words and tell us again, just for the record, what if a person doesn't have internet and can't get online? If there's an alternate way to reach you, give us your words and tell us another way if possible.
yes, but if you don't have connection, you can contact me on WhatsApp, which is 265 2007. And as I said, I give free sessions. I give a free session and I introduce you to you. I help you to see that you are worthy, you are loved. And I keep repeating these things because that's what it is about. It's about
That's right.
repetition because I'm sure we've been hearing something for the past however long years. It's repetition. And the more we repeat it, the more we keep hearing it, the more it magnifies, the more then we will see it. So I'll keep repeating.
I got a
Two
question
six
here for
five
you.
2007. Yes.
Yeah, the number again, family, for those watching, area code, if you outside of Barbados and you want to get in contact with this spiritual life coach, very powerful sister. The area code is what's Barbara? 246 265 2007 is the number, or you can check on the email on the website. I had posted it earlier and I'll post it again, and I'll put it in the description. But there's a question for you. Someone wants to know, can you explain the difference and or similarities between emotional intelligence versus neuro linguistics programming?
Okay, well, as I said, neuro linguistic programming is about becoming becoming aware of the thought processes in your mind, becoming aware that you're actually thinking or you're receiving messages through different channels. You're receiving it through your mind. Emotional intelligence is again now dealing with how you react
Hmm.
to all the noise and everything that may be coming at you because we are overstimulated by so many different things. So again, as I said, the neuro-linguistic programming is about cranking and tweaking and really changing what your thoughts are. Emotional is about now being aware and checking to see what you may be feeling, what you are feeling, because again, remember, emotion is energy in
Hmm. Mo-
motion. So you need to see what you are feeling, what you are feeling, and just let it, instead of holding it in
hmm.
and letting it fester, see
Hmm.
what thought is causing that emotion to arise because now you are being aware and observing what is happening within your being.
Wonderful, wonderful. I hope that answers your questions because see, when it comes to
I hope so
emotions,
too.
yeah, yeah. When it comes to emotions, I again, the NLP where that works best to add to what you were saying is recognizing why you feel how you feel, like the sister was saying, and also importantly, knowing how to respond. Because it's okay to feel something, but because you feel something, don't mean you're supposed to act on how you feel. I think the Bible says it again: to
Exactly.
be angry, and sin not. And again, I'm just using these as points of references to identify, because you might feel a particular way, don't mean you got to always act like the sister said earlier. You at work, a colleague or co-worker did something, rather than do what you would normally do. Take a minute, take some steps back, take a breath. Am I peace or am I anger? And once you decide which one you plan to be, well, I guess you made a conscious decision because your situation may require you to not
Exactly.
be peace at sometimes. Because people think because you spiritual, you're supposed to be in a corner squeezing your pressure points, chanting and the and the ah. And the reality is that has its time and place. You know, believe you me, it has its time and place. And so does everything else in life. There's balance to life, So,
Exactly.
sis, I definitely want to thank you for taking the time and the courage to come forward and jump into politically incorrect and share your truth with us and the teachings of neurolinguistic programming. I first came across this when I was incarcerated back in North America, back in perhaps 2000 and maybe one. And at that time, I had never heard about it. And so being exposed to it and recognizing it really did help me conquer the hostile and negative environment that I found myself in, which was being behind prison and being behind bars and incarcerated. And that environment, talk about negative environment, there's nothing like I said, I wouldn't wish that for anybody. But so being able to reach a higher level of consciousness in an environment that is designed to break you is the only way, and was the only way I was able to escape that. So I definitely know that there's truth in neurolinguistic programming for sure. So I commend anyone who had never heard about it, go look it up. You could probably find it online. And I'm sure the sister may have some seminars that she may be putting on in the not too distant future, and even some videos. I'm just throwing it out there at you. But I think you're on to something great. Find balance with I am Nubia, so get in touch with the sister again at the number I had put it up just now. Someone wanted to know what it is. Again, give her a call if you're not into the emails. To area code 246-265 2007 or 2007. And if you're online, you can visit the website and click on the where is it? I just had it here. Let me just go find it. Here it is. Go on the website and you can go and scroll to the bottom of it. Right to the bottom, there's a section here where you schedule a session, and you can actually go ahead and schedule a session. And you said the first one is free?
Yes.
Wow, you got a free session. Nowadays, you don't get nothing free. You don't work.
Well,
so
it is the thing about it. The thing about it is, right, it's not just about me gaining, it's about me giving. Okay. And to again create the heaven we want to see, to create the heaven I want to see for my children, I have to give, because again, remember I talked about forgiving. That's what it is. We are forever giving, but what are we giving? So the free session is me giving. I'm going to give to you, but then you have to make that choice on if that is something you want to invest in yourself, to invest, because it's an investment. Remember, your energy is like a currency and you're investing it. So you need to know what you are investing your currency or your energy with.
Thank you. Folks are saying thank you. Someone said that they're going to add motivational speaker to your repertoire, your list of credentials. They say you got it down pat. They love it. Wayne said, I understand the explanation. And he's also saying here that someone said, do you have a book? They're asking you if you have a book. They want to know if you have that book.
No.
Not as yet, right? We speaking it into being. We manifesting it.
Exactly. Soon. We'll have the book.
Yeah, Wayne said also, I like how Sana expresses herself very clear for anyone to understand. You know what I mean? So you're getting the love from the family. And I want to thank you again
Thank you
for taking time to come on through and share your truth with us. And if I take nothing out of tonight, again, when I speak on sovereignty, people always say, "What you always?" It's consciousness. You have to know who you are. That's why they said in Egypt, and Kemet, I should say, man, woman, know thyself. And it's time that we know ourselves. Whether you are in the church, because God expects you to know yourself as well and have that personal relationship with Him. That's why Jesus said, "Greater works than what you see me doing, you too can perform." So if you ain't performing them kind of works, then don't tell me you're no Christian. I don't want to hear it, because Christianity is nothing you can discuss. And we could debate whether the slave master, we could do all that stuff. The most important part is the message. Did you get the message is the question. Sister, I want to thank you for coming, for real.
Peace. You're welcome.
Someone wants you on the Zoom session, man. They calling for you, man. Look, you got the number, you got the email. Y'all know to reach the sister. Go schedule a session and connect. It's about connecting and healing from Atlanta. Oh, someone's from Atlanta shouting you out. So yeah, man, you're in the house, man. And wonderful info from Natasha. The family loving it. Listen, when you get a chance, go through the comments and you can respond to them accordingly as you see fit, and touch base with the people. That's how that works. Yeah, so give thanks again for coming in and sharing your truth with us. Blessed love. Y'all, I ain't got to tell y'all, family, send nothing but the kinetic energy. Send the kinetic energy, nothing but hearts towards the sister. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you, man. Blessed love. Blessed love. And all I can tell you is this, though. Right? What you're doing is so pertinent and relevant for this time. That's how we know the universe is in control. Because right here in at home, here you come like the rose that is growing from concrete. And I guarantee you, sis, you're going to do exceptionally well. And I'm sure lives will be changed because of the works you're doing. And so, Bayete, I
lives are changing.
Give that to you. I gift that to you. I will that to you. You know, blessed love, sis.
I receive.
Yes,
Thank
love
you.
it, love it. But I got a tune. I got a tune. I was going to do a segment. I always do this thing called "You Can't Make This Stuff Up." It's a segment that I find some really strange stuff and I throw it out there. And I came across one, but I'm not even going to do that tonight. It's, I'm gonna keep on flow with this same energy right now. That's way out there, so I'm gonna save that for perhaps Friday night. But I have my brother coming on to speak on Friday night, brother Phil. Shout out to Phil. Shalom, shalom. Speaking about what's going on with the ADDI, so you can listen out for Phil on Friday night for sure on that coming up. And things are happening, sis, all over the Caribbean, all over the world, especially in Barbados. Things are happening. It's because of individuals like yourself who promote that kind of frequency and keep lifting the energy to counteract all the other oppressive energy. It's how we know we're going to lift the roof off this thing. So we're going to just keep and stick to the love. Having said that, I want to share my joint here with you and the rest of the family tonight. And yeah, though, is this piece. Is this I working with, man? This tune I working with, man. This tune right here we did. Chronics. And play Chronics in a minute. One beat and a mic. Yes, family. Give thanks, family. Love is love, family. Love is love, man. It's time to bring back family order, man.
Give me the one drop beat and a mic. Let me talk from my heart and not pretend.
Talk from the heart.
I love free, I and
love is free.
The love me defend is a love. Love, it is the key.
Love is the key, family.
Uplift mankind and it's a
love is the key. Uplift mankind. Listen to the tune, man.
Love enough like sand on a seashore. Stronger than any seafood. Keep your love in your heart, stay on the righteous path. I beg you, please don't lead to us.
Yes.
I miss love and patience.
Love and patience.
Love and cross and raven. Children are dying, no one gonna save them. Chant a song, say a prayer, seal a amen.
Chant a prayer, seal a amen.
Let me talk from the heart and not pretend.
Chant a prayer, seal a amen.
I free, I and I not deal with hate.
We don't deal with hate.
So love me defend.
It's love me defend, family. I know you can feel it.
Yeah, to uplift mankind and say love.
Jackie.
This is a gift from the Savior divine.
Yes.
Love is the gateway to the universe.
Yes.
Hatred will give you the earth. I love me singing of a chorus, and I hit my chant through my verse. See your love, don't cry, my love, don't be weak, my love, just try your love. Don't make your heart full of hate and grudge. Seek and you will find your love.
Seek and you will find God's love, man. Seek and you will find Jah love, man. Seek and you will find Christ's love, man. Seek and you will find Allah's love, man. The Buddha love, man. Krishna love, man. Just defend love here, family.
This is a gift from the Savior divine.
Yes.
Oh, you feel love, Johnny. I love your brother, do not stray from me.
Yes, family.
Keep your love in your heart, stay on the righteous path. Me, I beg you, do not stray from me. And them say find us.
Yes, love.
And them say lose us feeling.
Family. 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 Give me a one beat.
Eat and a mind. Let me talk from my heart and not pretend. I love free, I am
love free. We not deal with the hate.
So love me
it's love be defending.
Love, it is the key.
It's the key.
To uplift mankind and say love. This is a gift from the Savior divine. One drop is on a mind. Let me talk from the heart and I pretend, yeah. I love free, I no give it, yeah.
Big time, sis. Pay attention to that one there. It is the key. Love is the key. Love is the key. Energy, family. Let me see the hearts, man. Let me see the hearts, man. Talk from my heart, man. Talk from my heart, man.
I just love
family first, family.
Love. It is the key to uplift mankind.
Love is the key. The gift from the Savior divine.
No.
No.
Now we have to show love all over the world, you know?
That's right.
The universal cure. What up?
Yes, family, boy. Look, it's love we defending, man. You getting. Look, you pay attention to our voice. About to give you a shout, sis. This thing gonna happen, man. You done gone viral. It's a new level, man. Manifestation. We preaching the prosperity gospel. We manifesting the prosperity in the gospel. using the God spell. I always tell people the God spell, you know, as divine people, as divine creatures. That's what's up, man. We using the God spell. We speaking things that aren't as though they are. God say, let there be light. Obviously, there wasn't no light, and bam, there was light. He said, let it be, and there it was. So that's how we live it. Greater things than what I did, you can do, is what Christ said. So let's be that divine being. Let that mind that was in Christ be also in us by the renewing of how we think. Let us emancipate ourselves from this mental slavery. Only we ourselves can free ourselves. Blessed love, sis. I give thanks for coming through, man. Tonight was pure energy, right? You feel it, right?
Thank you. Yes.
For sure, Jackie got the fire up. I got to put it up again, though. Blazing. Big up to the family, man. Simplicity and complexity. All love, man. Listen, family. Listen, we going to go. Hold on a second. Put you backstage. Hold on a minute. Let me close out this program. But I thank you definitely for bringing your essence. You got to come forward again, though, for sure. I'm sure they won't love that.
No problem.
Bless you, sis. Yes, family. I ain't gonna tell y'all, man. Y'all already know how we do here, politically incorrect. Where we get it correct. If we ain't correct, just correct us. We ain't got no problem with correction. You know what I mean? And tonight was just love, man. Love. You feel it? One drop beat and a mic. I gotta pull my tune a bit, though. Let me pull my tune a bit, man. Yeah, though. Love me defend. And then, family, y'all have a beautiful night, upful, joyful, peaceful. Just be at one, family, and meditate on the words his sister said. Neuro-linguistic program. Reprogram yourself, family. Write the script the way you want it to be. The moon was last night. New beginnings, man, to each and every one tuning in. New beginnings. Fresh page. Go write the script you always wanted to write. Blessed love, family. Much love to you too, family. Shout out to everybody. Y'all already know who you be. Near and far. Pure love, man. Pure love. Chanta Priscilla, amen.
Let me talk from my heart and not pretend.
Love, family.
I love free.
Ali Selassie the first, Empress was there, menace.
I just love me defend me.
One perfect balance.
To uplift mankind and say love. This is a gift from the Savior divine. Love is the gateway to the universe. Hatred will give you the earth. I love me singing of a chorus, and I hit my chant through my verse. Seek your love, try my love, don't be weak, my love, just try your love. Don't make your heart.
Seek your love first. Seek the kingdom, and everything shall be added. Remember that, family.
Let me talk from my heart and I pretend.
Blessings to you too, family.
I just love me defend me, say love, love, it is the key. To uplift mankind, I me say love, love.